Okay, I have an article from The Intercept, which is downright terrifying to say the least and could have major ramifications in the future of, well, the US. So it's written by Matthew Cole and Jeremy Scahill. Title of the piece: Trump White House weighing plans for private spies to counter deep state enemies. Oh boy, here we go. So, quoting: the Trump administration is considering a set of proposals developed by Blackwater founder Erik Prince, a retired CIA officer with assistance from Oliver North, a key figure in the Iran-Contra scandal, to provide CIA Director Mike Pompeo and the White House with a global private spy network that would circumvent official U.S. intelligence agencies, according to several current and former U.S. intelligence officials and others familiar with the proposals. The sources say the plans have been pitched to the White House as a means of countering deep state enemies in the intelligence community seeking to undermine Donald Trump's presidency. And quoting later in the piece, Pompeo can't trust the CIA bureaucracy, so we need to create this thing that reports just directly to him, said a former senior U.S. intelligence official with first-hand knowledge of the proposals, in describing White House discussions. It is a direct action arm, totally off the books, this person said, meaning the intelligence collecting would not be shared with the rest of the CIA or the larger intelligence community. This whole point is this is supposed to report to the president and Pompeo directly. Holy moly. So keep in mind, this is said from a former senior U.S. intelligence official that chose to remain anonymous. But, oh man, so going into, well, first off, some names should have stuck out, including, the names should have been Oliver North, Erik Prince, and Mike Pompeo. So, of course, with Trump, you find the biggest scumbags involved with him. But Oliver North, if you remember, he was a central figure in the Iran-Contra scandal under Reagan. So, if you remember that, Reagan wanted to assist the Contras who were fighting the Sandinistas in Nicaragua. Congress wouldn't approve any funding of the Contras, and keep in mind, at the time, Iran was at war with Iraq. So Oliver North, who was in the NSC and acting as the liaison between the White House and the military, North assisted selling arms to Iran and then funneled the money to the Contras. And then, of course, there's Erik Prince, who is central in the discussions of this private spy network for Trump and Pompeo. Erik Prince, who developed Blackwater, the PMC, which was found guilty of murdering civilians in the Iraq War. And of course, you have current Trump-appointed CIA Director Mike Pompeo, who is a fan of torture, wants more sweeping surveillance of metadata. Yeah, a real hardline, far-right Republican. So, yeah, if this is true, this is just terrifying stuff. And yeah, it would be some treasonous activity. A privatized spy agency conducting espionage domestically, abroad, and on our intelligence agencies that reports directly to Pompeo and Trump. Ooh. Oh God, the thought of that's just so terrifying. That is a much further step into fascism. I mean, we're in many respects we're in early stage fascism right now with Trump. He's still breaking down the checks and balances of our government, but yeah, I mean, couple this with the ending of net neutrality. Holy smokes, Trump is an existential threat to America. Um, yeah, this administration is rotten to the core. If we don't change this bleak road we have started on, we may lose America and find ourselves in a far different place. And while Pence is definitely dangerous, he might be more manageable than Trump when you consider just this crazy, just fascist shit. And then you look at how he poop tweets threats of preemptive nuclear war to North Korea. Yeah, I mean, I for a while, I was thinking that we just can't avoid Pence, and we just need to box Trump in and isolate him as a powerless president. But this guy is just far too dangerous. We, at this point, it is, even if it means having Pence, I really am starting to think Pence is the least terrible choice in this rotten situation that we have found ourselves in.